All right, everybody, it is time to go because it's 5 o'clock and 4 minutes past. So
It's 5
everybody, welcome to Hooligans Underground. Welcome to Standing Room Only.
Yeah.
Open mic comedy at its best. And and I think we got a good one tonight. We got a lot of people here that want to do some jokes. But first, y'all got to get through my Boudreaux jokes.
Yay!
Love Boudreaux.
Boudreaux, my boy Boudreaux. All right, so today we're going to take a walk into the Bayou Bar down the road, around the corner, behind that big old cypress tree. Place called the Bayou Bar. And we go in there, and there's Boudreaux sitting in his favorite spot, looking all bummed out, looking really bad. So we asked the bartender, asked him, what is the problem, Boudreaux? He said, well, man, me and Marie, we had a big fight. And she told me she wasn't going to talk to me for a month. So the bar, well, Boudreaux, that should make you happy. That's not a bad thing, really. So Boudreaux said, yeah, I know I've been happy all month. Today is the last day. Tomorrow she starts talking.
That's right. He's in for a drink.
All right, I didn't think that one was that funny either.
No, that was good.
All right,
That was good.
Boudreaux, in his usually high inebriated state, accidentally stumbled into the church building Saturday afternoon. Now, this is a Catholic church, and on a Saturday afternoon, they do confessions. So he trips his way through the aisle all the way to the confessional booth, and he sits down. The priest, sitting on the other side of the confessional, to hear the confessions, right? He's sitting in there, and a few minutes go by, and he don't hear nothing. So the priest coughs. Let Boudreaux know that the priest is there and ready to hear them sins. But he still ain't hearing nothing. So then he knocks on the wall to let Boudreaux know that he's there again. Finally, Boudreaux says, sorry, partner, there ain't no paper in this one either. All right, I got one more Boudreaux before we hear some real comedy. Now, Boudreaux went to see the doctor, Abel. Told him, say, Doc, I'm worried about my wife, Marie. I think she's going deaf. Every time I tell her something, I got to repeat myself. The doc says, well, Boudreaux, we could check it out really easy. When you get home tonight, stand about 15 feet behind her and ask her something. If she don't reply, move forward about 5 feet. Try it again. And if she still don't answer, move even 5 feet closer. That way we have a good idea of how serious her hearing problem is. So Boudreaux, he goes home, walks up behind Marie in the kitchen and asks, say, girl, what for supper? No reply. So he moves about 5 feet closer. He tries again. Hey, Chef, what for dinner? Still no reply. 5 more feet, and he practically standing right behind her. And he say, hey, woman, what is for dinner tonight? Well, this time, Marie turned around and yells at him. For the fourth goddamn time, chicken gumbo.
That's me and Keith. Yep.
All right, now I can't say all of them, so that's me for now. And who wants to go first?
Hey! Applause.
I'll go first.
All right,
I'm
everybody, welcome Brandon to the stage. Come on up, Brandon.
Yay!
Yeah,
Why am I
Anunnaki,
not
let's
walking?
go.
Let me get off the stage. Get out
Yay!
the
It's
Yay,
Braydon, by the
Braydon.
way, not Brandon.
I know, I'm sorry. Yay,
Let's go,
Braydon.
Brandon. Okay.
I have a nephew.
Can I sit on this?
Saying that too.
Oh, cool. I can actually sit on this. All right. I don't know what I look like because my avatar is rendered. But, yeah, it's been a while since I've done comedy in Second Life. The last time I actually did comedy in Second Life was, back in 2017. Oh, it's been a minute. What? No, 2018. Sorry, 2018. No,
It's been after
2019.
that.
2019. I don't know, whatever. 6/5/2018 is the last card I have for my joke. So I might be a little rusty, so bear with me, cha.
Nice, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do some old material because that's all I got. So hopefully it makes y'all laugh. If a woman ruled the world, there would be no wars, just a bunch of jealous countries not talking to each other. You know, relationships are kind of like fat people. Most of them don't work out.
Oh, that's true.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like, well, but also I'm in shape, but unfortunately it's the shape of a potato, so on that stuff. I failed my driver's test today. The instructor asked me, he's like, what do you do at a red light? And I was like, I usually check my emails and see what people's up to on Facebook. Yeah, I failed that test. Old people at weddings always poke me and they say, you're next. So I started doing the same thing to them at funerals.
Savage.
Running away doesn't help you with your problems, unless you're fat. So. Light travels faster than sound. This is why some people appear to be bright until you hear them speak. I'm really good at sleeping. So good that I can do it with my eyes closed. So. Whatever you do, always give 100%. Unless you're donating blood, then you won't do that.
No.
True. Facts.
I changed all my passwords to incorrect so that whenever I forget, it will tell me 4 password is incorrect.
Good idea.
Somebody wrote that down, yeah?
How many people have that password? Hey, Layla. Layla. Layla.
Hi, Layla. Welcome to comedy.
Layla.
Chocolate comes from cocoa, which is a tree. That makes it a plant, therefore chocolate is salad.
That's right.
Rabbit food.
I always try to cheer myself up by singing when I get sad. Most of the time, it turns out that my voice is worse than my problems. So, don't catch me in the shower. You might have a bad time. Whose cruel idea was it for the word lisp to have an S in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
People say love is the best feeling, but I think finding a toilet when you've got diarrhea is a lot better. I'm smoking. Hopefully you don't mind if I smoke on stage, but I'm like Dave Chappelle. I thought my ashes, so somebody
Just don't
might have
hit the
to
curtain with your cigarette. Yeah.
Yeah, we working on that. I forgot to go to the gym today. 10 years in a row now, but I forgot to go. Okay, going to McDonald's for a salad is like going to a prostitute for a hug. Oh man. I saw some footage of polar bears drinking water today. It's obviously fake because everybody knows they drink Coca-Cola.
Sure do.
Don't kid yourself. Would be a great slogan for a condom company.
Oh yeah, don't kid yourself. I got it.
Damn.
Too late for that for me though.
Surprise sex is the best thing to wake up to, unless you're in prison. Then it's not funny anymore. So, The secret to borrowing money is you always borrow it from a pessimist because, you know, they will never expect it back. So,
Well, at least just half.
uh, scientists say the universe is made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons, but they forgot to mention morons.
Yeah.
I think that's the dark matter in the universe.
Dark matter.
Oh man. You know, behind every girl's selfie are approximately 43 nearly identical photos that just didn't cut it. Yo, and that is so true because Jennifer will sit there and take a picture of herself 43 fucking times before she's like, this is the right one.
Don't know what it was about the other ones, but this is the one.
Oh, here's one. I can relate to this. Okay, so dear rappers, can you please stop putting sirens in your songs because when I'm driving, it scares the shit out of me. Yeah, that's a good one. Never give up on your dreams. Just keep sleeping.
Yay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I like that.
How much time do I have up here, by the way? Is there amount of time? or-
Roughly, 10 minutes, so 5-10 minutes till you get tired.
What am I about, like 5 in? Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, so do bankruptcy lawyers really expect to be paid?
That's a good question.
I'm going to stand outside, so if anyone asks, I'm outstanding.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Good. Really good.
Good one.
Yeah, you know, my wife left me for like a Hindu guy. At least he'll treat her better. They worship cows, so.
Oh!
Yeah. Spicy.
Oh, you're sleeping alone tonight, buddy.
You know, if God can only judge us, Santa's got some explaining to do.
Right.
Tired of that
Oh,
lump
you're
of coal
nice.
in my stocking every year. Okay, so don't be a racist. Be like Super Mario. He's an Italian plumber created by Japanese people who speaks English and looks like a Mexican.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Who says nothing's impossible? I've been doing nothing for years. I wish you would eat some makeup so that you're pretty on the inside too.
Oh my God, that's a good
Yeah.
Oh,
You
damn.
ain't getting none tonight.
Today I saw something through a store window that was truly stunning, beautiful, and sexy. I wanted to get it for you, but then I realized it's my own reflection. So,
Oh, boy.
Wow.
talk about being vain, right? I'm not really that clumsy. The floor just hates me. The table and chairs are bullies, and the walls get in my way. So, some people walk into our lives and they leave footprints on our hearts. Others walk into our lives and want to leave footprints on their faces, is what I want to do. But again, change is inevitable except from a vending machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine how many quarters. Yeah, lots of quarters. A guy goes to a store to buy condoms, but it's like, do you want a bag? And the cashier asks, no. And the guy says, she's not that ugly. This is for all the women out there. Never hit a man with glasses. Hit him with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
It always works better.
Base.
But I was farting in an Apple store and everyone yelled at me. It's not my fault that they don't have windows, so
They did themselves in.
Virginity is like a soap bubble. One prick and it's gone.
Oh, Lord.
Was that too raunchy?
No, that was funny.
It's like I just saw an Apple store get robbed. Does that make me an eyewitness? The last thing I want to do is hurt you, but it's still on the list. So it's the last thing on the list, but it's still there. You don't need a parachute to skydive. You only need a parachute to skydive twice. That one I still never get.
That's true, but
But you don't need the parachute if you hit the ground. You don't need it the second time.
That's for sure.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Even I didn't even get them all. Okay, so the shin bone is a device for finding furniture in a dark room.
Oh my God, yes.
Or the trailer hitch on a truck.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate
Ah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. All right, so women might be able to fake orgasms, but men can fake an entire relationship. So, hey,
Oh, fuck.
all right. One last one before I leave the stage. Politicians and diapers have a lot of things in common. They should both be changed regularly and for the same reason.
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
man,
Yeah.
And with that, I'm Braydon Blackheart. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
All right.
Good
Braydon,
job.
Thank you, dude.
Yay! He's back.
Hey,
All right,
Excellent.
Braydon. Everybody, big
Excellent.
hand for Braydon. Braydon, good to have you back. Good job. All right, we got to pay that man. He needs money.
there you go. Good
There you
job.
go. All right, so I got one more. Well, not one more, but I got one Boudreaux joke for us. This one is about Boudreaux and his buddy Thibodeau. And Thibodeau, yeah, Boudreaux and Thibodeau, and it was down at what, the Bayou Bar, like the place to be on the Bayou. So they down at the Bayou Bar on a good old Saturday night. After several hours of steady drinking, Thibodeau suddenly falls backwards off the bar stool and onto the floor, passed out cold. Boudreaux looks at Thibodeau, looks up at the bartender and says, "That's what I like about Thibodeau. He knows when he done and had enough to drink." Smart man. All right, with that, I want everybody to welcome Endora to the stage. She's gonna make us laugh tonight.
Yay!
Come on up, Endora.
hey,
Yeah, I'm trying to get.
That's gross. Howard.
I'm going
That's
to.
absolutely disgusting.
You have warmed up the seat, Braydon. Thank you very much. Everybody hear me okay?
We're
Mic
hearing
check,
you
mic check.
perfectly fine.
Okay, great.
Turn you up.
Mhm.
So they say laughter is the best medicine. I ought to know. And doctors, don't get me started. Doctors, a lot of us are scared shit scared of them. I ought to
Yep.
know. I is one. And I'm afraid of me. But you then realize, then a realization dawns upon us that we become conscious of the fact that we actually be less dead if we go to the doctor. God bless our souls. I'll tell you. But no matter what doctors do, for some reason, they always manage to get a bad rep for themselves. But let's be honest. These guys and gals are lifesavers. Or at least have a roll of lifesavers in their pocket. But let's be, they always have a calm, composed look on their face. And you look at them and go, "Are you alive?" And I answer, "No." And considering the sea of emotions they go through all day long, like, I really have to pee. When's my coffee break? Why did my assistant give me that schedule? You know, crap like that. Or the favorite one, "Oh Lord, here comes the frequent flyers." And considering all that and the tough day of being in the hospital. So, and we're always taking care of people and dealing with the most morbid of life events and whatnot. It is quite commendable. Yeah, whatever. So the next time you visit a doctor, here's a few rib tickling silly jokes they'll appreciate for you. From you. For you. What's the difference between God and an emergency room physician? God doesn't think he's an emergency room physician.
Don't know.
Yeah, it's like the orthopedic guy. He thinks he's God too. God doesn't think he's in orthopedics. Go figure.
They all specialists now.
Oh, we're special, all right. And I think majority of us are special ed, to be honest with you, but I'll just leave it. You know what? I heard this doctor say to a patient one time, I'm going to have you on your feet in 2 weeks, speaking of specialists. And he did. Poor guy had to sell his car in order to pay the bill. And no, there's that moment where the doctor goes, you look like shit and you're very sick. And the patient says, geez, doctor, can I get a second opinion? Yeah, sure. Yes, you can. And you're very ugly, too.
It sounds like Dr. Vinny Boom Bots.
You know that old saying, does an apple a day keep the doctor away? Only if you aim it well enough. Blonde walks into the emergency room, or a moron, or whatever you want to picture, but I'll say a blonde because I'm a redhead. And she says, doctor, every time, she says, oh, I'm in pain all over the place. Okay. So the doctor does his usual physical exam and try to come to the root of the problem. Poked her hand. Ow, that hurts. And he says, tell me where it hurts. And she kept poking everywhere. And he going, oh my God, what could possibly be wrong with this woman? He says, let me see your hand. You got a brief moment in there. Let me see your hand. He goes, well, I can tell you what your problem is. Your finger's broken. Another man walks into the ED. It's going to be a lot of ED jokes here tonight. Doctor walks in, or the doctor walks in the exam room. Says, geez, what can I help you with today? What's up? He goes, doctor, I've swallowed a spoon.
Uh-oh.
He says, oh, just sit down and don't stir. Doctor walks into another exam room, says, I've got very bad news. You've got cancer and Alzheimer's.
Lord.
Patient goes, well, at least I don't have cancer. What do you call a student? Oh my God, this has been in the doctor's conference rooms all over. This is an oldest joke you ever heard, but you know what? It's commonplace. What do you call a student? A medical student. And by the way, it's about 8 years to get there on the average. Depends on what you do. Anyways, he goes, what do you call a student that gets C's all the way through med school? Other doctor says, yeah, hopefully not your doctor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's a good one. So why'd the doctor tell the nurse to walk past the pill cupboard quietly?
Don't know. Good question.
Didn't wake the sleeping pills. That's another one you don't want to be your doctor.
Wake the sleeping girl. Oh God.
You know, and then they have those sad moments where doctor comes out to a patient and says, patient family says, well, we've tried to save him with an IV, but it was all in vain.
Oh.
Nice. Nice.
Don't know whether to laugh or cry at that one.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Another patient says, the patient's wife says, my husband swallowed an aspirin by mistake. What shall I do? Doctor goes, give him a headache.
That's good.
Yeah, that was a funny. Whatever. Okay. I lost my place. I did write these up before I go. You realize I'm also retired military, so I got to throw another one in there. How do you break up an Iraqi bingo game?
How?
Call B1.
B1. No.
Nice.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. And horse walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Why the long face?"
That one, yeah.
I heard that. Gotta throw extra. The baby seal walks into a bar and says, "What'll it be?" And the baby seal says, "Anything but a Canadian club." I had to throw these. Sorry, I know some of them are.
No, that's good. It's good. I like that one.
Later
I like
on
it.
the. Okay, so patient. So we're going to go back across the street to the hospital again. The patient has left her white blood cells at another hospital. That doesn't
Oh,
make
no.
me, but I don't. It's a joke I heard from another physician. And
That went over my head.
you know what? Written on a chart one day says the discharge status. Alive but without my permission.
Yeah, that's me.
While in the ER, a woman was examined and x-rated and sent home.
X-rated.
Somewhat pale. We have this little denominator thing where we have to write down this little numerator. And it says the skin was somewhat pale. The patient has 2 teenage children, but no other abnormalities. And the patient was usual state of good health until the airplane ran out of fuel and crashed.
Well, durr.
That comes in real handy. Wow. I lost
Was that real?
my track of writing. I do apologize. Patient stated she had been constipated for most of her life until she got a divorce. Here's a good one. This is how you can tell these somebody wasn't paying attention to their writing. Both breasts were equal and reactive to light and accommodation. These are things that are actually written on a chart.
That's what I thought. They were real. Oh, my God.
Examination of genitalia has revealed, it's going to get a little rough here, that he was circus-sized.
What was his name? Do you know? No, we can.
The patient was found in bed with a power mower.
Wait, what? Oh,
With her
Jesus.
power mower.
Oh, God.
She has no rigors or shaking chills, but her husband states she was hot in bed last night. Anyways. So, what did the man say to the X-ray technician after swallowing some money? We're going to pick on X-ray for a little bit. You see any change in me?
Cute.
You hear about the optometrist that fell into the lens grinding machine?
No.
He made a spectacle of himself.
Oh my god.
Funny.
That was good.
Patient walks in and says, "Oh, I got some good news and I got some bad news." Don't you love those jokes? I got good news and I got bad news. Bad news says, well, the very bad news is the lab called with your test results and says you have 24 hours to live. But you know this is a made-up joke, but it's funny anyway. The patient says, 24 hours? That's terrible. What's the very bad news? Doctor says, I've been trying to reach you since yesterday.
Oh, man.
Bye-bye. Farewell.
Sounds like Bridgeport Hospital.
During a combat training medical class, got to come back to the military a little bit. Combat medical training class, the topic was blast injuries. At one point, our very intimidating instructor, also known Sergeant Fury, God's honest truth,
No shit. Really?
pointed at me and said, there's a Jeep explosion. What would you do? You came upon an injured man with a steering wheel embedded in his chest. So kind of nervous and unsure, I blurted out, drive him to the hospital. For some reason, the rest of them found this hilarious. He didn't think it was.
Oh my God.
They're driving me nuts.
Oh. Yeah. So during your training, you also have to do the floors. You know, you have to do the wards and what have you. And I was caring for a woman, and I asked, so how was your breakfast this morning? Well, she says it was very good except for the Kentucky jelly. Kind of looked at her funny. I said, I can't. What? And she says, I can't seem to get used to the taste. Well, I said, don't remember anything like Kentucky jelly being on the menu, but okay. Anything's possible. And then she said to me, and then I asked to see the jelly. Well, then she says, then she picks up the jelly from the tray and she hands it to me. The woman produced a foil packet labeled KY jelly.
Oh.
You know what? If you struggle to memorize medical terms like we all did, take a look at this, at a few of these moments. Again, pneumatics and other things that really just, kind of get us to remember. However, don't ever read anybody else's jokes or anybody else's notes, because I'll tell you what, it's going to screw you right up. So, artery. The word artery. The study of fine paintings. Bacteria. The back door to the cafeteria. Barium. What doctors do when patients die.
Oh, yeah.
CAT scan. Search for kitty. Cauterized. Made eye contact with her. Comma. Punctuation mark. And D and C, that's where Washington is. Your enema, not your friend. And you know what? And I'm going to leave it at this. An ER, the things on your head that you hear with. ER.
ER.
You've all been a great audience. Thank you very much for letting me have a few moments of your time.
Yay!
Thanks for coming. That was great.
All right. Thank you, Endora. Big hand for Endora.
Great job. Awesome.
All right, thank you, Endora. That was hilarious. Very funny. Love the medical stuff. All right, next we got Gleesa. She's been working on her comedy all week, and I know she's ready to go.
Oh yeah.
But first, I'm gonna throw some Boudreaux at y'all.
Yeah.
So this time is Boudreaux and Thibodeau again, because they're always together. So Boudreaux and Thibodeau were talking one afternoon, and Boudreaux tells Thibodeau, he says, I think I'm ready for a little vacation. But this year, I want to do something different. Now, Thibodeau started to say something, and Boudreaux said, now, wait a minute. Last few years, I've been listening to your suggestions about where to go. 3 years ago, you said I should go to Hawaii, and I did, and Marie got pregnant. The next year, you told me I should go to the Bahamas, and Marie got pregnant again. And last year, you told me to go to Tahiti. Sure enough, Marie got pregnant again. Now, this year, I want to go somewhere cheap so I could bring Marie with me. All right, and with that, everybody, let's welcome Gleesa to the stage.
Yay, Gleesa!
Yay, Gleesa.
Hello.
Hello.
I just wanted to explain this outfit. Many people will say, "Oh, that's high fashion. That's couture." I put a new folder in my SL inventory, and I call it the WIT. That stands for what the hell was I thinking? So this is what's new with me. And it takes a while. It takes a while to do all this. But I don't only have a couple of little jokes. And I want you to all know that, as you get older, don't stress about your eyesight failing. Really, it's nature's way of protecting you from shock as you walk past the mirror.
True.
As I figured. And there's 5 stages in a woman's life. And I think I've been through them all. You want to grow up. You're a little girl, you want to grow up. Now you're a teenager, you want to fill out. Now you're middle aged, you want to slow down or slim down. You don't want to slow down, you're going too fast. You want to slim down. You're a little bit older past that, middle aged thing, you want to hold it in. And I am at the age where it's to hell with it. Now, I grew up in the country. I really did. I grew up, and my little brother there, little Johnny, he came down to breakfast, and we were on a farm, and my mom said, he came down. He was hungry, and my mom goes, "Do you do your chores?" And he said, "Not yet." And she said, "No breakfast until you do your chores." He was kind of pissed off because he was hungry. So went out and fed the chickens. And he kicked a chicken. Then he went out to feed the cows. And he kicked a cow. Then he went to the pigs and he kicked a pig. Then he went in for breakfast and Mom, gave him a bowl of dry cereal. He goes, "How come I didn't get any eggs and bacon? And why don't I have any milk for my cereal?" He says. "Oh," Mom says, "I saw you kick a chicken. You don't get eggs for a week. I saw you kick the pig. So you don't get bacon for a week. I also saw you kick that cow. For a week, you're not getting any milk." Just about then, Dad comes down for breakfast and walks across there and sees the cat and kicks it halfway across the kitchen. Little brother looks at Mom and says, "You gonna tell him or am I?" So that's all I have for you. Short and sweet.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yay.
great. Hey, Gleesa.
Good job.
Big hand for Gleesa.
can't even stand up. There we go.
Nice outfit, by the way. Nice.
Yeah, I
like
like
that?
it. Yeah.
Very.
All right, so right now I'm gonna do a quick recess and ask anybody out here if, since it is open mic, does anybody, in the audience that isn't normally up here, does anybody have a few jokes they want to get up here and talk about? Make us laugh a little bit?
I bet you've got something.
Okay, so all right, who wants to be next? Is it you, Y, or is it Randy?
Randwy. It's Randwy.
Randy.
All right, come on, Randy.
All right, I'll do it.
All right,
I didn't-
everybody, welcome Randy to the
Okay.
stage.
Yay,
The,
Randwy!
the lovable widow wabbit.
Hey.
I'm warning you, these are gonna be
Yay.
doity.
Doity.
Well, the lovable dirty wabbit.
That's okay. I got my gloves, so you're good. Go for it.
All right, wait. Let me just turn my volume down a bit. Who was that? Was that just you? Who was that just talking?
That was me, Endora.
Oh, okay. I had you up real high because I heard you couldn't hear you on the stage. Okay. All right, good. I got it. All right, mic check. Mic check. Sounds good. Can you hear me?
My mic,
Yeah.
go
I
for
can
it.
hear you.
Okay. Once upon a time, a guy finally admitted that he was grossly overweight. This man decided it was time to take advantage of a special introductory offer, a new weight loss clinic in town. After handing over his payment, he was shown into an empty room where he was soon joined by a gorgeous blonde. Hi. If you catch me, I'm yours. Well, it took a while, but after a prolonged chase, he succeeded and was delighted to find 10 pounds in the process. After that, he gave up all ideas of dieting and managed to drop 10 more pounds with a brunette and 8 with a redhead. But he was still 50 pounds overweight, so he decided to sign up for the clinic's more drastic program. He was waiting eagerly in an empty room when the door opened and in came a 300-pound gay leper who grinned and said, "If I catch you, you're mine." Get it? That was the drastic program.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is drastic.
Yeah.
This guy called up his lawyer to tell him he was suing for divorce, and the lawyer inquired as to his grounds for the suit. "Can you believe my wife says I'm a lousy lover?" sputtered Doc. "Well, that's why you're suing?" asked the lawyer. "Of course not. I'm suing because she knows the difference." One night, Judge O'Brien tottered into his very late. So bombed that he had managed to throw up all over himself. In the morning, he sheepishly told his wife that a drunk sitting next to him on the train home had managed to vomit all over him. The judge managed to make it into the courthouse. The story might not be really convincing to his wife. Inspired, he called home and said, "Honey, you won't believe this, but I just had that drunk who threw up on me last night show up in court, and I gave him 30 days. "Give him 60 days, said the judge's wife. "He's shot in your pants, too." Takes a while, I reckon.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between a beer and a booger? Well,
Why?
you put a beer on the table and you put a booger under it.
Ew.
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 Yuck.
Once upon a time, a middle-aged man confided to his doctor that he was tired. He wished there was some way of doing her in so that he could have some good years left to himself.
Joke for you.
"Screw her every day for a year," counseled the doctor. "She'll never make it." Well, as Ch would have it, it was about a year later when the doctor happened to. On the porch sat the husband, looking frail and thin. tan and robust. His wife could be seen out back splitting wood. Say, Sam, I'm looking good, said the doctor uneasily, and Clara is certainly the picture of health. Little does she know, hissed Sam with a wicked little smile. She dies tomorrow.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know, Let's see. I don't want to do no Arab jokes. I don't want to do that. Okay. Here's one. Two priests are in a Vatican bathroom using the urinals. One of them looks at the other one's penis, notices there's a nicoderm patch. He turns to the other priest and says, I believe you're supposed to put that patch on your arm or shoulder, not your penis. The other one replies, it's working just fine. I'm down to 2 butts a day.
Oh God.
Oh, man.
What do you say to a woman with 2 black eyes? Nothing. Nothing. You already told her twice.
Oh,
Oh,
my
Lord.
good.
Oh, Lord.
That's bad.
No.
Where's that big rubber hammer?
The hook. Where's the hook?
Where's the,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
need
use
John
the
Henry,
throwing
yeah.
ties.
I'm
All right.
kidding with you. I'm kidding with you.
Are these too
Love it.
long? I don't know.
We love it.
We love it. I'm just picking on you.
Oh, you can pick all you want. It's all right. I'm used to it. I've been around since vaudeville days. I'm 80 years old now. Anyway. The town drunk wanders into a saloon and motions for the bar. Over to him, the bartender finally does, and the drunk whispers loudly, what you need is some entertainment in this dive. Tell you what, you set me up with 6 whiskeys, and I'll get up on that stage and fart Dixie. The crowd will go wild. Well, being a good-natured type, the bartender agrees to the deal. Drunk downs the 6 whiskey, no trouble. The bartender reminds him gently that it's time for Dixie. No problem, says the drunk. Getting up from his stool, he staggered onto the stage. There's a roar of approval from the crowd as he turns his back and pulls down his bra. But it turns into howls of dismay as the drunk proceeds to bend over and crap all over the floor. What the hell do you think you're doing? Shouts the bartender. The drunk retorts, hey, even Bing Crosby clears his throat before he sings.
Oh, Lord.
Not terrible. Oh, here's one. Let's see. A man goes to the U.S. Patent Office and asks to patent the apple he's carrying. Well, you can't do that, says the patent official. Mother Nature invented the apple. Not this apple, it's special. Says, take a bite. The officer takes a bite and says, so it tastes like any old apple. Turn it around and take a bite. He does, and it tastes like a pear. Point it again. Oh, this is incredible, says the official. It tastes like a peach. And he gives the guy the patent on his 3-flavored apple. As the man's walking through the lobby on his way out, he comes across a man with a bag full of cookies. What have you got there? He asks cheerfully. Special cookies. Second guy, take a bite, and it tastes like pussy. I don't believe it. Let me try one. He takes a big bite, only to make a face and sputter. God damn, this tastes like shit. No. Turn it around.
Oh,
Disgustingly funny.
Yeah, I know. Well, it comes from a book called Truly Tasteless Jokes 4. All right, here's one. Here's one you'll like, I think. Two gay guys from San Francisco wanted to get married. So they flew to Boston and they got married in Massachusetts. Then they flew back to San Francisco and hung their marriage license on the wall. Time went by. Because they were married, they decided that they wanted a child. A lesbian friend of theirs agreed to donate the eggs, and after fertilization, they agreed to carry the child to term as a surrogate. gay couple was ecstatic. They all met at the doctor's office, and when the doctor announced that he had the egg ready, the two gay guys deposited the sperm in a petri dish, mixed it together, and watched lab tech fertilize the egg. 9 months later, the two gay guys were standing at the nursery window in the hospital admiring their son, who was one of the 12 infants in the nursery. The other 11 infants were screaming and crying and waving their arms around. The son of the gay guys was resting quietly in his little bed, totally serene. Isn't it amazing how calm our child is, while all these other children from the heteros are just crying and squirming? Here is. It just makes me wonder if our way isn't best, the other gay answered. Standing not too far away was one of the pediatric nurses, and of course she overheard their conversation. As she walked by them, she paused for a second and said, "He's peaceful right now, but you ought to see how he screams when we take the pacifier out of his ass."
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, Randy.
Oh,
More? You want
Don't
more?
worry,
You want
Randy.
more?
Just do a couple more, man. Yeah,
I'll do one more. I'll do
all right,
one.
one more.
Yeah, please do one more.
All right. Okay.
One more, then you get in the boot.
Okay. A U.S. Marine squad is marching north of Basra when it comes across an Israeli soldier, an Iraqi soldier who is badly injured and unconscious. On the opposite side of the road is an American Marine slightly wounded but conscious and alert. As first aid is given to both men, the squad leader asks the Marine what the hell happened. The Marine says, "I was heavily armed and moving north along the highway. And coming south was a heavily armed Iraqi soldier, and we see each other and take cover." "What happened then?" the squad leader asked. "I yelled to him that Saddam Hussein was a piece of shit, low-life prick." "Then what happened?" the squad leader asked. The wounded Marine says, "Then the Iraqi yelled back, 'Ted Kennedy, Bill and Hillary Clinton, and John Kerry are lying, cheating bastards who deserve to burn in hell.' And then," the Marine says, "well, we were standing there shaking hands when a truck hit us."
That's cute. I like that.
And that's it. That's it for me. I'm getting the boot. I'm getting the hook.
Yay.
All right, Randy, everybody.
I'm going to hand out throwing pies to everybody.
Throwing pies for everybody. All right, once again, we're at open mic time. So anybody out there wants to, come on up here and laugh with us.
Why get up there for us?
Why
Hey, but
not?
Fiddler was
Why
getting.
not?
I thought you were getting up tonight,
Fiddler,
Fid.
you gonna get up, Fiddler?
I'll get up after why.
Okay. I don't even. Oh, I'm not even sitting. I'm standing. Okay.
That's why it's standing room only, my dear.
I know. I don't like that, man. I don't like it. I want to sit. I'm so tired.
That's why.
I'm tired of standing.
Good.
Oh God. All right. So, you know that you're in a redneck hotel. When you phone the front office and you say, "I got a leak in the sink," and they say, "Go right ahead. It's okay."
Oh my god.
What's grosser than gross?
Why?
Two Siamese twins connected at the tongue. But what's even grosser than that? What's even grosser than that?
Why?
When one of them throws up. Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Ew.
Human centipede.
So Dean saw an advertisement for a blow-up doll called Life Like Tina, which claimed that she was so realistic he can't tell the difference. And while Dean had not had a girlfriend for a long time, so he ordered one and he waited in great anticipation for this doll to arrive. And the supplier got the order from Dean, and the bloke who was mailing it couldn't believe how realistic life like Tina looked. So when nobody was around, the guy mailing it decided he'd blow her up. And when he thought she was inflated enough, he'd give her a little bit of a test run. So he had sex with that doll and meticulously washed it afterward and packaged it up and posted it out to Dean. Well, a month later, Dean rang the supplier. You know that Life Like Tina blow-up doll? I can't tell you how happy I am. That's great, says the supplier. Yeah, it was a totally unbelievable experience, Dean said. Oh, was it really realistic then? The supplier said. Well, yeah, Dean said. So realistic I got syphilis.
That's pretty realistic.
This farm boy accidentally turned his wagon a load of corn over. This farmer nearby heard the noise and saw the mess and yelled to the kid, "Hey, Jimmy, forget the troubles. Come on in and visit with us. We'll help you get the wagon up together later." "Oh, man, that's real nice of you," Jimmy said, "but I don't think my pa would like me to do that." "Come on, boy," the farmer said. No, my pa. Forget your pa. You've been working so hard. It was just bad luck when that wagon fell over. You come inside and set a spell here. Rest up a little bit with us." "Well, okay," the boy said, "but my pa ain't gonna like it." Well, after a really nice dinner, he thanked his host, and he said, "I feel a lot better now, but I know my pa's gonna get real upset." "Oh, don't be foolish," the neighbor said with a smile. "He's an understanding man, your daddy. By the way, where is he?" "Well, he's under that wagon out there."
Oh, no.
Frank, he works real hard at the factory. His only joy is to spend most of his evenings bowling or playing basketball at the gym. Well, his wife thinks he's pushing himself too hard, so for his birthday, she takes him to a local strip club. The doorman at the club greets him and goes, "Hey, Frank, how you doing?" And his wife says, "You been to this club before?" "Oh, no, he's just on my bowling team," Frank says. Well, when they get seated, this waitress asks Frank if he would like his usual. And his wife's getting a little uncomfortable now, and she's like, "You must come here a lot for that woman to know that you drink that VB stuff." "Oh, no, honey. She's in the ladies' bowling league on Wednesday nights. We share lanes with them." Well, then the stripper comes over, throws her arms around Frank and goes, "Hey, Frankie, you want your usual table dance?" And Frank's wife is now furious, grabs her purse, storms out of the club. Frank follows her out, and he sees her getting in a cab, but before she can slam the door, he jumps in beside her. She starts going ballistic, screaming and yelling at him. The cabbie turns his head and goes, "Hey, Frankie, it looks like you picked up a real doozy this time." And since I want Fiddler to get up too, and I don't want to go too far over time, I'll just do one more.
Oh, you're doing fine. Keep going.
Well, one morning in Eden, God was looking for Adam and Eve, but he couldn't find them. So later that day, God saw Adam and asked where he and Eve were earlier. And Adam said, "This morning, Eve and I made love for the first time." And God said, "Adam, you have sinned. I knew this would happen. Where is Eve now?" And Adam said, "She's down at the river washing herself out." And God said, "God damn it, now all the fish are going to smell funny."
Oh.
That's worse than the jokes I deleted on mine.
3 mice are sitting at a bar in a really rough neighborhood late at night, trying to impress each other with how tough they are. The first mouse sinks a shot of scotch, slams the glass on the bar, turns to the second mouse and says, "When I see a mouse trap, I lie on my back and set it off with my foot. When the bar comes down, I catch it in my teeth, bench press it 20 times to work up an appetite, and then I make off with the cheese." Second mouse orders up 2 shots of sour mash, sinks them both, slams the glass on the bar, each one of them, turns to the first mouse and says, "Yeah? Well, when I see rat poison, I collect as much as I can. I take it home. I grind it up to a powder, and I add it to my coffee every morning so I can get a good buzz going for the rest of the." The first and second mouse then turn to the third mouse, and the third mouse lets out a long sigh and says to the first 2, "I don't have time for this bullshit. I got to go home and screw the cat."
Priorities. Yeah.
A sexy woman in a bar walks up to the counter and motions the bartender to come over. She starts to run her fingers through his hair and asks to speak to the manager. The bartender says, "He isn't here, but I can do anything the manager can do for you." Well, by this time, the woman's running her fingers down his face, into his mouth, letting him suck her fingers. She says, "You sure he isn't here?" The bartender says, "Yes, I'm very sure." And the woman says, "Well, I just wanted to tell him there's no toilet paper or soap in the women's toilet." Ah, that's mine for the night.
Gross.
Well, yeah. I told you they were dirty.
You're not kidding.
All right.
All right,
we're ready
folks,
for
we
Fiddlah.
got time for one or maybe two more. I think we're gonna let's everybody get a big hand for Fiddler. Fiddler wants to come up here and make us
Yay,
laugh.
Fiddler!
Yay, Fiddler!
Fiddler.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm no professional comic. Don't get your britches in a soaring row or whatever. But I got a few jokes that I was going to go through. And I'm going to do the best I can. So, they're all one-liners. What's the difference between your wife and your job?
What?
I don't
I don't
know.
know, they're
Your
both work.
job still sucks. What do you call a man who cries while he masturbates? A tearjerker.
Oh.
God.
That's awful.
Why are hurricanes normally named after women? When they come, they're wild and wet, but when they go, they take your house and car and everything else with them.
Oh, man.
Yeah, truth.
What's the difference between a hooker and a drug dealer?
No.
A hooker can wash her crack and sell it again. What's the worst thing? What's worse than waking up at a party and finding a penis drawn on your face?
Oh my God.
Finding out it was traced.
Yikes.
Why didn't the toilet paper cross the road? It got stuck in the crack. What does a perverted frog say? Rub it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a Kermie joke. That's a Kermie joke.
Yeah.
What do you call an Italian hooker? A prostitute.
Ah, prostitute, of course.
Prostitute.
Prostitute? Oh, I get it. I heard it.
Who was the world's first carpenter?
No,
Eve.
Jesus.
I mean, she made Adam's banana stand. What's the process of applying for a job at Hooters? They just give you a bra and say, here, fill this out.
Much.
What's the best thing about dating homeless chicks? You can drop them off anywhere.
Jesus.
What do you call a dictionary on drugs? A dictionary.
Ah.
How did Rihanna find out Chris Brown was cheating on her? She found another woman's lipstick on his knuckles.
Oh, God. Another bad one, buddy.
Oh, God.
Let's see. How do you circumcise a hillbilly? You kick his sister in the jaw.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Not
Some of
true.
you.
Not true. Wait,
Wait, not true. It was his cousin.
Cousin.
That's
What's
good.
the speed limit of sex? 68. At 69, you got to turn around. What's the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball? A man will actually take the time to search for a golf ball.
True.
True.
Mhm.
True.
Why does it take 100 million sperms to fertilize one egg? Because they won't stop and ask for directions. What's the difference between a tire and 365 used condoms?
What?
One's a
What is
good
that?
year, the other's a great year. What do you call that useless piece of skin on a dick?
A man.
Bingo!
Oh, Jesus.
I was being silly. Okay. Oh dear.
What did the sanitary napkin say to the fart? You
Oh,
are the
God.
wind beneath my wings.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Oh,
Why
please
can't you
tell
hear
my
a
joke.
psychologist who's in the bathroom? Because the P is silent.
I missed that. I didn't hear that one.
What do you call a virgin on a waterbed? A cherry float.
Uh,
All right, here's a good one for you. What's long, hard, and erects stuff?
any Rex stuff.
Good question.
A crane.
Oh.
We thought it was
All
gonna
right.
Yeah, that was
What did the banana say to the vibrator? Why are you shaking? She's gonna eat me. All right, here's a good one for you. What does this is a typo. What goes in hard and dry but comes out soft and wet? Chewing gum.
Doing
Dirty-minded sons of guns.
Yes, I was thinking dirty. I missed that one completely.
All right.
Hey, I pasta.
Will you tell my joke that I wrote?
Sure.
Okay. I just wrote it.
My wife and I fell in love at first sight. She's kind of spacey. So I call it Face Encounters of the First Kind.
That's not funny. Oh, well.
I didn't hear the first word.
I couldn't hear it. It was-
We fell in love at first sight. So
I said
I'm
she's kinda
spacey, so we
spacey.
call it Face
So I
Encounters
call
of
it
the
Face
First
Encounters
Kind.
of the First Kind.
Oh, okay.
You have
Oh.
to think about it. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's the
that
problem.
went boom.
You wanted
right
me to
over.
think.
Make us think, man. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Go on with your jokes, huh?
No, I like it because it's true.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
I'm not that spacey though.
Wait, well, wait a minute. Maybe.
So really was Face Encounters of the First Kind?
Yep. Okay, why did the walrus go to the Tupperware party? He was looking for a tight seal.
Ill.
Oh, oh.
Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. Why don't orphans play baseball?
Orphans.
Who?
Orphans.
Yeah,
What?
they don't know where home is.
Aww.
That's just cruel.
I
Oh,
know,
make
isn't
me
that bad?
cry.
What does it mean when your boyfriend is in bed gasping for breath and calling your name? You didn't hold the pillow down long enough. Damn it.
That's right.
It's evil.
What do you call an artist with a brown finger? Picasso.
Picasso. Oh my.
All right, all right, this is a good one. I've known this one for years. What is 71?
Don't know.
It's 69 with two fingers up your ass.
Oh Lord.
Oh my.
Oh. Did you hear about the Mexican racist?
Hey.
He joined the Q.
What?
KKK is QUE.
Oh, the KK. What?
Yeah, the QQQ.
KKK is QUE. What? You have to be able to speak Spanish to understand that.
Yeah.
See?
How do you make your girlfriend scream during sex? You call her and tell her about it. Okay.
I turned my head in shame.
And that's it for me tonight, I take it.
Aw, that was great, buddy.
Yay.
Yay!
Big applause for
Yay,
Fiddlah.
Fiddlery!
Thank you very much.
All right, and with that, folks, we're gonna call it a night. Thank everybody for coming and making us laugh and laughing with us. And see y'all next week.